Taters just woke up in order to toss my coffee all over. And now she's just going to go back to sleep in the puddle of my coffee. I think it's better if you put it in your mouth rather than do a full body coffee indulgence. Good talk. Nice visit. And now Taters goes back to sleep again.
A little bit more.
Now I have to make more coffee. Not only are you not making me coffee now, you're spilling it actively. This has been a lovely stealth camp. Pretty much everything we look for. And today on Massatators Does America, Holiday World. Will Jen start ranting at small children that Santa Claus doesn't exist and just is there to lure them into capitalist consumption? Maybe. So while you might think that Taters has been giving me the silent treatment since arriving out here, it's not that. She's just really afraid of cell phones and cameras, I think. So this was the area I was saying last night would have been almost ideal, other than this puts us rather close to the road. And is anybody gonna bother us here? Probably not, but I just don't like taking the risk. I've known too many angry people that feel like it's their job to teach the world a lesson. And today on the warm-up for Taters Tuesday. See, everybody thinks I talk too much and I don't let her talk, but this is what happens.
Well, you gotta let me think first.
I keep telling her it's best not to think, just open your mouth and see what flows out, but no. So we ended up stopping about an hour or a mile short of where we had beta of a stealth spot, but honestly, I think this was pretty much better, and I hate not having a backup. There was a lot of ATV traffic last night, and just out of caution, we were watching the episode of Legion using earbuds. But once again, by morning, it's like, yeah, nobody's gonna mess with us back here. But occasionally it can sound like there are voices in the area, or you hear something that sounds like footsteps and it's just all the deer wandering around. And welcome to Holiday World, which I was looking at last night. There's apparently free soda and sunscreen, so I got all excited, but Jen didn't want to go. Also, apparently if you wear a bikini, it has to be covered by a non-see-through shirt, because in addition to making a complete mess of their time zones, people in this part of Indiana just aren't fun, apparently. Mush, Blondie! Teamwork makes the dream work! Woohoo! We are discussing how beat up Jen's little Mazda 2 is. She was just saying that she has people approach her at gas stations and say they can refer to a body shop. This place is kind of sad looking. There's a bunch of teenagers sitting around waiting for anybody to show up. After yesterday, I am kind of assuming that they're open and people are showing up late because they didn't know what time zone those hours were referring to / they were in. Forget Christmas, Blondie. We're going to Subway. After a sadly disappointing Subway, we are back on the move. Jen says I have to do like a death march of 24 miles, and it's impossible to tell how much daylight we have left because the time zones are crazy. And before anybody gets too excited, this is going to dump us back on that highway to our left in about a half a mile.
Aww.
Yeah, don't worry, you get bored by bike paths. Oh, that's awesome. They wanted to be Santa Fe, but they're reusing names too much. We're just here walking hand in hand. I'm totally not dragging Jen up hills or anything. Not at all. She's young and energetic. 10 years younger than me, did I mention?
Stop making me crack up.
Oh. I knew it was my fault. I just needed a woman to tell me how once again. Ooh. I keep threatening to get one of those child leashes, so then she has to keep... Ooh! What about one of those invisible fence collars? We can steal it from a mostly non-threatening dog. That sounds great.
Data on our shrine, like...
Also carrying less weight because your ass is smaller than mine. You're a whole head shorter. Less weight, less wind resistance. I'm doing the harder work here. More beardage. Look at how much hair is here.
Ooh, that is, I can't argue with that.
Now I know this seems like the sort of trail where you just want to go slow, absorb every minute, watch all the looks of shock as people see us walking and going, what the heck are they doing? Jen isn't enjoying the highway walk quite as much. Versus me, I'm like, I've been wiggling back and forth for so long. The fact that we are just covering miles going straight west is kind of a relief. And welcome to the Lincoln Boyhood Memorial Park. I guess he lived here in a cabin. Sign said 1816 to 1830 or so. And already Taters is missing the high-speed traffic.
Oh, this is so nice.
No turtles though. Our picture in the Lincoln Memorial was kind of rushed because there was like this burst of storm, so everybody was in there, but you know, so, yeah. This is very like DC-ish. Actually, no, it needs a bunch of burger trucks and screaming teenage tourists.
With like flowers and things.
Oh, they put the flowers on. There's a group that does it and then they take them off.
I'm like, normally these are from one.
It's all fun and games till you hear the banjos, Jen. Well, we just saw 4 turtles, but they all went away. We have been sitting here for about 10 minutes eating a snack, and this dog has just been crawling forward, barking, sitting, barking, crawling forward. He may reach us in another 10 minutes here or so. There goes Taters exploring another cemetery. I don't think that's really anything new though. Once again, we have hit a section of a road that is a little less pleasant. No shoulder, faster traffic. Most everybody's getting over it, but there's been a few memorable cases where they haven't. Blondie, you look like Bruce Banner wandering sadly off into the sunset in the 70s. I'm here training Taters how to road walk, which is you sit your butt wherever you can sit your butt where you're not going to get run over, and you try not to fall off the bridge. And that look of excitement on Jen's face is because we have both walked over 20 miles today. Whoop. Over 20 miles, I'm going to get run over. Tater's a little beat up, and the stress is starting to build because I think tomorrow might be Tuesday. I keep trying to coach her, saying the trick is you just open your mouth, poke the phone so it records, and then you see what comes out. And then you're stuck having to edit like 50 minutes of blabbering on God knows what. It's a horrible fate, Jen. But you don't have to.
Well, you have a rare talent. I can't come up with 15 minutes of anything.
She just backhand me and say I had a rare talent for bullshit. How many hours of students do you teach every day?
Oh, I can talk for a long time about chemistry.
Okay, well, math. Very topical for this area. I've been trying to convince Miss Taters back there to just walk an extra mile with me to get a burger or something, but she keeps whining something or whimpering about 24 miles, hurting. I haven't quite done 50 miles the last 2 days. Come on. I even offered, me being the nice caring person, I said I would search the ditches and find a nice pair of big girl panties for her to put on, and then she'd be fine and she'd be able to do it. And that's been her response. She hasn't been very coherent for a while, less so than usual.
I've been plenty coherent. You're fine. But there is a little bit of an adjustment period you have went through.
I called that the last 43 years. Any day now I shall adjust. So you never quite know what you're going to get with these little motels, but theoretically the Google reviews do say you're mostly likely not to be murdered or get bed bugs. So we're going to trust that, we think. I have had some epically bad hotels over the years, including one where a man lived in a closet handing out keys, and Blondie paid $300 for a hotel room so bad I wouldn't even sleep on the bed. Good times. But sometimes, you know, you find gems in the rough, and it's all good. And then sometimes you find that somebody had their entire family doing Google reviews, and that's the only reason the words bed bugs didn't appear 27 times. Taters is jamming food in her mouth. I think she was slightly hungry and tired. We actually ordered Mexican food, and Taters is inhaling fajitas, and I got nachos and a giant burrito. And the chips are nice and greasy. Good times.